Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings for West Ham 2, Everton 1. A disappointing result for Everton. Just looking at some of the comments from Frank Lampard, who has, he's just basically said that. He said Nathan Patterson would have started. But rolled an ankle in training yesterday. Van der Beek has a quad problem and will be assessed Mina to 10 days to 2 weeks away, which basically probably is the Leicester game at home. He also said he was less worried about personnel and more worried about the character of the group. Which again says a lot about the players. So he obviously is not in a good mood tonight. But a lot of people blame the manager. I'm sure a few people will blame him. I've seen a couple little things there about not understanding taking Dominic Calvert-Lewin off and replacing him with Anthony Gordon. If you've got 15 minutes to go for a game, why are you taking the centre forward off? Which that's probably right. Why are you taking the centre forward off with 15 minutes to go? Seems a little bit strange. But let's get into the player ratings. Jordan Pickford. Again, seeing people criticising Jordan Pickford for the free kick. People having a little dig at him. People on Sky Sports having a little dig at him, saying he got it wrong because the play was always going to put it into that corner. But what you do as a goalie, ultimately he set his wall up to block that side of the goal. I thought it was a brilliant free kick, and I think if an Everton player had scored it, I'd be over the moon with that. Not that an Everton player would score it, but I'd be over the moon with that free kick. So made a couple of really good saves during the game. Made a good save that led to their second goal. And if people had been covering the plays they should have been covering, they wouldn't have scored. So yeah, I thought he had a good game. I think it's very easy to pick holes in Jordan Pickford. People are always looking to pick holes in him, to find a narrative. Oh, could he have done better? Where other goalkeepers, it's just, that was a wonder. It was a wonder goal. It was a wonder goal, that. Whereas other people are like, but did he get the wall right? Should he have put this player there and that player there and that player there? Is he welcoming them over to that side? I don't know. Jordan Pickford, I've given 7. John Joe Kenny, as I just said, the manager said that he would have played Patterson today, but he rolled his ankle yesterday, which is typical Everton, isn't it? Typical Everton look. John Joe didn't really offer anything. Passing was poor. His crosses weren't great. He doesn't really offer anything, and I think the right thing will be to let him go at the end of the season for nothing. I don't think he really offers anything, really, other than just hard work, which should be the minimum. So I've given John Joe a 4. Vitaly Michalenko. I thought this was probably his best game in an Everton shirt, but it still wasn't great. As I mentioned there, it's his man who puts the goal in for the winner. Ultimately, he doesn't see, when he makes the save, he's not aware of Bowen being there. But he was positive. He was better getting forward. He probably had, as I said, it probably was his best game for Everton. He was a lot more comfortable on the ball. He looked a lot less nervous. So all in all, I thought he looked a lot more of a, the kind of play we obviously need, which is someone who can just play football. Obviously being on the left side give us balance. So we probably just need to move forward with that now and hope that he gets better every game, which he should do. Players coming to our league and the initially struggle. The pace is a lot quicker. It takes them a while. They have to train. They're training every day at that level. Hopefully they'll get to the level he needs to be. So I think he was a lot better today. I think he's got to get higher. I think he's not up to the levels the likes of Dean and obviously Baines were before him. But it takes time. It does take time. Dean was a seasoned professional that we got from Barcelona when he came. Baines spent the first season on the bench because he couldn't get in at left back because Lescott was playing there. I think the best thing to do is just leave him in there now. Let him get on with the job. And hopefully he improves game by game. I've given him a 6. Michael Keane. Michael Keane was doing all right till the goal. He was coping all right, pretty much. And then he comes out of defence with the ball, plays a ball into Iwobi. Iwobi doesn't get a touch on it, and the space he's left leaves the running behind him. Now, for me, Keane shouldn't be making that pass in the first place, especially if he comes out of the back four. Look how high our line is. We've got an element of control of being pressing, and our line is being dragged up because we're trying to get onto West Ham. Listen, is it his fault the lad can't control the ball? No. But he's got to know. And this is what's been happening all season. Those kind of passes, we've been getting engaged. The ball breaks down and suddenly we're too high up the pitch and we leave all that space. So for me there, Michael Keane, knowing the situation we're in, should be looking to ping one, maybe up the pitch, get it as far away from our defence, and then our defence can just drop in a little bit and stop that space behind them. But he doesn't. He leaves the space behind them. They get in and they score. As I just said about Michalenko, I'm not saying it was his fault. That's where the fault starts. Him and Iwobi. Michalenko's just saying you want him to improve so he understands. That's all. And then he's on a yellow card. His first yellow card was stupid. And then the second yellow card is, you're on a yellow card. Just stand up. Keep him moving that way, going across the goal. Not, but he doesn't. He dives in. It's a yellow card, and he's off the pitch. And now he misses a huge game on Wednesday, where actually he would have been important because against someone like Burnley, and it's all going to be in the air, you need someone who can header the ball. And like we saw against Newcastle, those kind of games suit him. That kind of game suits him. So, he's captain today, and he does that. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. So I've given him a 3. Ben Godfrey next to him. I think again, defending isn't necessarily his big strength, but with the pace and the power, he did well today. A couple of really important tackles, really important one Antonio in the bench when Antonio had basically run away from him, but he got back, got the tackling. And I thought we were managing. They were managing, so I thought that pace and that power was allowing him to cope with Antonio. And I thought he did all right. Listen, he's not the best defender in the world. He needs someone next to him with a bit of experience, who's a leader, who can guide him through. He hasn't got that with Michael Keane. Simple as that. So I think he did all right today. I've given him a 6. Mason Holgate. Difficult one because Mason Holgate came into the side just before kick-off and is put into centre midfield. And I thought he did okay. Listen, he gives the foul away for the free kick. I appreciate that. Stupid. But then he scores a goal. And I thought he did okay during the game, to be fair. I thought he was all right. For someone who's brought into the game just before kick-off, I thought he did okay. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if we will get a little bit of luck where we find someone for the rest of the season who can sit in front of the back four. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but I was thinking during the game, I wonder if that'll happen. But then he gets the wrong side of Bowen, gives the free kick away. And they score. But he did score. He scored, so I suppose that balances itself up. He did all right in there. Listen, he wasn't wasn't brilliant by any means, but he did all right. For someone who, as I say, he's not a centre midfielder. I think that's clear as day. He's not a centre midfielder. I don't even know what he is, to be honest. He might still just be a right back. But he did all right, to be fair, for, as I said. But so I've given him a 6. Decore, nowhere near the levels he was. He's such a Jekyll and Hyde player. Some days, not very often, but some days he can look really, really good. And then on other days, he just can't get into games or what. He just can't get going. He can't find the space. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about him. Like even the Michael Keane sending off, he's got the ball there on the edge of the box, and somehow manages. He's trying to break away. Maybe he should just put his foot through it, but trying to break away and then loses it, and that leads them to pick it up again. I don't know whether Iwobi hits him or whatever, but instead of just putting your foot through it and defending first, he's trying to break up the pitch with it. I just thought that was a really poor. I don't know what happened there, but I don't know. He's just nowhere near the level we need him to be when the guy next to him isn't a centre midfielder. And don't get me wrong, Decore's shouldn't really be a defensive midfielder. I think he's a number 8. He's number 8. I think when we played Arsenal and we won at home, I think it was him going into that position, into the number 8 position, pushed us forward in that game. And we don't seem to play him there. I don't understand why we don't play him there. I know we haven't got really any midfielders at the moment to play him there, but yeah. Strange one, Decore. What did I give him? I gave him a 5. Gray, again, I said this a couple of times in the last few weeks. Gray is in the kind of form where I understand why he wasn't playing first team games for other teams, because he'd be dropped if there was other players available. Even though we have got millions of players who play wide, never seem to get on the pitch. Again, we made one sub today when we had El Ghazi, or not today, but you've got in the last few weeks you've got the likes of El Ghazi and Dele Alli and these players sitting around, but he's been able to he's been able to play again, and I just think he'd be out the side. I think he'd be out the side if we had anyone else. It's like when he first came into the team, everything he did had a purpose. But at the moment, he's just running around like a headless chicken. And I found it. I wouldn't have started him ahead of Gordon. I wouldn't, ahead of Gordon. I wouldn't have started him. But I do find it strange when you've got players. You've got Dele, you've got El Ghazi. Obviously, Gordon came on, but even Dobbin is a wide forward, so I find it weird that he stays on the pitch when everything he does just seems to run down blind alleys at the moment. Very, very. I just thought he was poor today. Everything he did was just picks the ball up. I don't think he's ever got an idea what he wants to do. I think he seems like a confidence player, and at the moment he doesn't seem to have the confidence. So I've give him a 4. Alex Iwobi, playing in his more favoured position, I'd say. Started the game well. Was, trying to create things. Was the link player. Was doing well. I thought. And then one mistake has just unravelled it all. Not concentrating on the ball. Not concentrating on just taking the ball and going forward with it. Concentrating on the next thing. And it's allowed them to get in. And then they scored. And then from then on, there was no real threat from him. Arguably, I would have took him or Gray off rather than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Because when I think about more and more about it, I just think that was a really bad sub to take your centre forward off. Doesn't matter how badly Dom's played, you still need a centre forward on the pitch. Or you need 2 centre forwards. You're getting beat in a game that you have to win. That just seems more and more stupid, that sub, the more I think about it. So I would have took him off. So, as I said, he was having a good game, and then the mistake happens because we're all got a team of brain dead players. So Iwobi I've give 5.5. Again, players can't seem to have a complete performance. Richarlison, again, started brightly on the wide, where I'd rather see him out wide. Had a couple of chances. The one with the outside of the foot, don't know why he's not hitting that with the left foot. Just goes over the bar. I thought he started well, but then just petered out of the game, really. And again, typical Richarlison Everton performance. You know, maybe we need to play in a yellow kit or something, a yellow and green kit. Start games well, and then or start some games well, and then just fades out without really making huge chances or huge moments in the game. So, I've give Richarlison 5.5. Worked hard, got booted while he was on the ground by Creswell, but apart from that, not much else. Will get an assist. It was a nice little touchdown for Holgate, but not enough for me. And talking about not enough, Dominic Calvert-Lewin had a couple of half chances, couple of moments, but again, not enough. Look at Antonio, the way he uses all that physical strength and runs it, the space he runs into. I don't see any of that from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I really don't. I don't see him picking up the ball. He had one run and the lad put a slight touch on him and he went down. Antonio bulldozes players, and Antonio's not even, like, you wouldn't say he's in the higher echelon of players. We're talking about 60 million quid or whatever for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Look at Antonio, who's, you know, injured all the time, and yet comes back and always puts in a performance. Not always puts in a performance like that, because I know Moyes questioned in the last game, but is always busy and always keeping defenders on their toes. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, since he's come back, has just been garbage. Absolute garbage. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have took him off, because the more I think about it, I just think should have kept him on and kept Richarlison and gone for it, considering that we had 10 men and we were getting beat. But he was garbage today. Like, and what I mean by that is just he doesn't do enough to affect defenders. He's not hitting defenders. He's not holding it up enough. He's not barging defenders out the way. He looks very limited. I mean, if you just started watching football and someone pointed you towards Dominic Calvert-Lewin and said that fella's one of the best forwards in the country, you'd be like, I don't know what sport I'm watching. Because today he was just, every game he just seems like he just can't be arsed. And I know loads of people are like, he's not arsed because he wants to move to Arsenal or whatever. But do some, score some goals or create some opportunities. Do something. You're playing football for Everton. I thought he was shite today. But I don't think he should have been taken off. Give Dom a 3. Honest, I just affect the game, get in people's faces, move them round, hate them, whatever. Just do something. Very, very, very lackluster today. Very, very lackluster. Anthony Gordon couldn't get into the game. Again, as I said, not sure it was the right sub at all. I think he should have come on. I think he should have come on a hell of a lot earlier. But I think to be fair, I think he should have started. But yeah, never really had time to get on. Give him a 5. But yeah, very, very strange performance. Very strange. The subs, I don't understand again. Why are you only making one sub? There's players on the bench. El Ghazi, Dobbin, Delhi. You know, why aren't you just bringing them on? One of them. Just to see if one of them can change the game. Yeah. We'll see. Anyway, Wednesday night. It's all on that now. Biggest game for a very, very, very long time. Burnley versus Everton is Everton's biggest game for years. Yeah. Other teams are playing in Champions League or Europa League quarterfinals or whatever. We're playing Burnley on a Wednesday night, and it's our biggest game in years. I think that says everything you need to know about Everton Football Club. Absolute shambolic football club from top to bottom. There you go. Check out my instant match reaction if you haven't already. Check out Baz's videos as well. We'll be doing the final word live tomorrow over on Patreon. Make sure you check that out. The link is on the screen and it's on the description. In the description, sorry. Thanks for watching. See you later.